what's up? So I'm going to go over here real quick how exactly to pitch a guaranteed insurability option for an adult. I know most of you probably watched my video on how to do, obviously the GIO on a kid. I'm going to show you here a little bit how you pitch it for an adult. Now, this has been available for a while. I just, all of a sudden, I guess with the new updates to eApp, all of a sudden now it's putting a GIO on adults, and it's pretty cool. I looked into it, and it is pretty cool. It was here all along, just never realized it. If you look in the rate book here, issue age for GIO shows right here 0 to 37. So it's been there all along. So you can actually put it on there, and it is pretty cool. So just like the kid GIO, it does give them the option to add an additional $150,000 in whole life without ever again answering any medical questions. So similar terminology about the guaranteed insurability, the different option dates when you can increase. Now prior to this, usually we're selling people 4 years, 4 year renewable convertible term, whenever they can't afford what the what's recommended by the coverage, and we just want to get them something, get them the foot in the door. Problem with the 4 years is it's really shitty commission and there's no renewals. So this is a little bit better. It's actually, I feel, better for the client as well as better for the agent as well, just because we're getting whole life commission as well as renewals, and that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. So what I have here is Bill Smith, and let me show you. All right, so this is the preview screen here for Mr. Bill Smith. You'll see that the computer recommends $30,000 whole life and then the GIO. Let's hit this premium detail so we can see what stuff cost. All right, so $30,000, $27.53 a month. This is a 22-year-old non-smoking male with the GIO, which is $3.34. It offered also a bunch of term here, accidental, this and that, as well as a child rider. I did put in 2 kids, one that's 1 and one that's 2. Now, $152 a month and 50 cents is what the computer recommends as the premium. Let's just say this guy's only 22. He's got 2 kids, works at Walmart. He can't fucking afford $152.50 a month. But I want to do what's best for him. I do want to get him coverage, get him foot in the door, all that kind of stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the child rider. Don't need that. We're going to add head starts. That's way better for him. So let's go ahead and do that. Click down here, final expense child 1, add, boom. Final expense child 2, add, boom. Get that on there. I'm going to go ahead and take off the term. That's a big chunk there, $53.70. Get that off there, as well as this down here. This some more term for the kids. Get this off, child's education. Again, affordability is the issue here, so that's why we're trying to reduce down and show him the best possible stuff. Now, I'll do all this, in front of them, but they don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just getting to where I show them after they say no to that first big price. All right, so right now we have it set where the kids are at 25 this here, so we're going to go ahead and bring the kids down to 10. Tap, recalculate. All right, so now we got the kids down to $10,000 policies with you'll see here Tina's $375 and Billy's $4. So we got a total now of a premium of $38.62. That's a little bit more doable. Where he has $30,000 in whole life, and I'm going to show you right here. If we drop this down, 30100, tab, recalculate. That's going to bring us down to $34.45. Okay. That's doable. You can show here now that's a much less premium. He's going to get $30,100 in coverage. Both the kids get $10,000 policies. Do remember, though, that the GIO still has to be manually added on the super combo, and I'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. But remember, it's going to be $1.67 per kid in addition. So I just rounded up to $2, so the premium will probably be about $38 whenever we put the GIOs on the super combo. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to pitch him the GIO with that. I'm not going to mention the 4-year renewable convertible term, and that's obviously my last-ditch effort. I'd rather do this. This is actually way better for everyone. So what we're going to do here is we are going to show him this and explain the GIO. Just like the kids, the GIO is real similar for the parents. Okay, so just like the kid drawing, same thing. What we're going to do here, it's a whole life policy that goes for your entire life. It is really hard to draw and watch the camera. After you pay on it a couple years, it starts to build cash value. and that builds and builds and builds. Now, let's say this is like, for adults, let's say it's $28 for 30,000. Okay? These two numbers never change. This never goes up. This never goes down. Okay? Later in life, if you want, you can exercise what's called your reduced paid up option and stop paying on the policy. Okay? So get your foot in the door with some whole life. The cash value starts to build. It's going to be there forever. Premium never changed. Face amount doesn't go down. But it comes with a rider, GIO. And that stands for Guaranteed Insurability Option. And what that means is they can increase this policy another $150,000 without ever again answering medical questions, which in the life insurance world is huge. Huge. Because remember, about 60% of the people we get in front of are what's called medically uninsurable. Means they can't get insurance. Now, the reasons why people can't get insurance, remember, are for obviously a variety of medical problems, also arrest, addiction, mental health, and obesity. So if any of those come into play, no more insurance. And remember, this is what I call the line of MU. All right. So up here, MU doesn't stand for Monsters University or Mercyhurst University, stands for medically uninsurable. And most people, we see fall around here. But as you get closer and closer to this line, it starts to get more and more and more expensive because you get a rated risk premium. Once you cross this line, chances are there's no coming back. You can't get life insurance until you're 60 years old, which is very, very expensive. So attaching a GIO to a whole life policy is one way of guaranteeing that client can increase their policy, depending on their age, up to another $150,000 without ever having to go through the medical questions. So if they get a couple DUIs, have cancer, have some depression, taking lithium, whatever, they can always increase it another $150,000 with no medical questions. Now remember, it comes more into effect the ages when they can increase the $25,000 a pop. So you might want to get into a little more detail if people are curious about that. But the big thing is to remember, it's a way of locking in renewals as well as decent commission and allowing them to have that increase if they ever want to. I do really prefer the GIO as opposed to the 4-year term. Most commonly, I'm seeing 4-year terms. People get them like in the early 20s or whatever and don't do anything with them for 10, 15, 20, maybe when they're almost 40, that's when they're converting. And by that time, they didn't realize what they had. They didn't realize how much money they were investing to a term product. And then when they convert, again, affordability is always an issue. So then they're only converting maybe 10, 20, 30, 40,000, and they're getting less of a coverage amount that they're paying way for they should have just started with originally. Again, remember with American Income, we want to steer people towards whole life just because our term is kind of pricey because it's convertible. Once you have it, it can't be taken away. You can always convert it to whole life. People can get way better prices with other companies if they just want term to cover their income and their mortgage and stuff like that. So you always want to push for the whole life. You don't want to get your policy replaced by some other agent coming in there showing them a way better price for the same amount of coverage or more coverage for the same price. With whole life, that's not going to happen, especially attaching the GIOs. It's just a guaranteed way of locking everything and really should help retention as well. This is an example here of someone, like I would say, that would purchase a 4-year term in lieu of the GIO at a young age, like 22, and then wait when converting at age 40. Now, if they would have went with the GIO, okay, it's going to be $3.34 a month, so that's $40 annual for the next 18 years, age 22 to 40. You're going to be paying $721.44 total to have that rider on there for 18 years, which isn't too bad as far as insurance comes. Now, if they would have went with the 4-year, now it would have only been $13 a month, which is $156 annual. If they would have died any time during that time, yes, it's going to pay out $100,000, but chances are they're not going to die during that time. Leading cause of death 0 to 44 is by accident, so adding accidental might be better as far as doing this. But let me show you here. So they will have invested by the time they're 40 $2,652 as opposed to $721. Now, when they convert at age 40, all right, that's great. Now we go see them, we show them the prices. Now look how much it costs for $30,000 at a 40-year-old non-smoking male, $66.35 a month, as opposed to only paying $22.36 a month for $30,100. I don't tell them about the little difference between the 30 and 31, but well. That's a big difference. That's, you know, a $44 difference when it comes to what they're going to have to pay. Because remember, they're only 40. What if they live to age 80? That's $44 a month for the next 40 years. That's crazy. So over the long haul, it's way better to just attach a GIO. Again, when affordability is an issue, just attach a GIO as opposed to giving them the 4-year at a young age. Because like I said, most commonly I see these 4 years, years and years later, 15, 16 years later, people are converting, but they're only able to afford to convert small amounts because the premium has gone up so much. It's way more beneficial to advise them to simply get whole life with us, because we specialize in whole life, attach the GIO. If they still need income and mortgage and all that stuff down the line, like I said, you could advise them maybe other companies might be better, if not ours. But again, I'm always big on retention and not getting policies replaced, so I like to do what's best for people so that doesn't happen. So attaching the GIO here, you'll see it is way better numbers-wise to do so. So then after age 40, they're only paying $22.36 a month for their $30,000, as opposed to converting way when they're 40 and now paying $66 forever. That sucks. So it's better to do whole life with the GIO as opposed to the 4-year term in the long run. And you'll see here, still, if affordability is still an issue, what we can do is we can drop the kids down to 5. Tab, recalculate. Remember, we're still going to have to add the GIO, so there's going to be another $4, but let's see what that is. And then let's drop Dad down here to 10. Watch this. $16.39. And adding the GIOs on, it's going to be about $20 a month. That is not bad at all. That means Dad has a $10,000 whole life policy, foot in the door with some whole life, with some gold. Going to build cash value, going to be there forever, premiums locked in forever, as well as the kids both having $5,000 whole life policies with the guaranteed insurability. So all 3 clients have the option of adding $150,000 without ever again answering medical questions, which again is huge. Everyone wants to procrastinate. So sometimes, you hear the term like you might lose the battle, but you're going to win the war. So people want to procrastinate, and you're in their house, you're trying to get them to commit this and that, and you want that big check, but sometimes they just can't afford it, or they're not ready to do so. So what you can do is let them win a small battle, let them procrastinate. Let them say, oh yeah, I'm going to do that later, but get them by doing something now. So what you can do is they think that they went, psychologically, they're like, oh, I won, I'm procrastinating. But really, you did get the foot in the door, you did get the check. So what we're going to do is let them think that they are procrastinating, but they just need something, so when they are ready to finally do it, they can. And that's kind of what the mentality we've always used with 4 years, but this way is just way better for everyone in all shapes or form. All right, you'll see here now I'm on the super combo. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show, make sure you add the GIOs. You'll see here for Bill, the GIO is right down here on this box. So if you ever wanted to add it on the super combo, all you have to do is click that little box down there, and you'll see, I'll unclick it here, I'll show you. It goes away. Okay, if that's not there and you want to add it, just click on it. Guaranteed insurability, boom. Make sure you make it $25,000. You can do lesser amounts if you wanted to. 25 is the max. If you wanted to, you can do, $20,000, $15,000, stuff like that. It's so inexpensive. I just don't see how the sense in that. But anyway, so there we go. $1,251 total for $10,000 in whole life. With terminal illness, no waiver of premium just yet. Let's see how much that is just in case. 20 cents. Yeah, might as well throw that on there. So $12.71 is not bad for a $10,000 whole life policy and $25,000 guaranteed insurability for seven times, or 6 times. My bad. So, and then over here with the kids, remember I said we do need to add the GIO. So what you want to do is make sure you click on the GIO, hit 25000, tab. Click the TIR, make sure you always click that. Again, GIO, click 25123, tab. Click that TIR, boom. So our new premium is going to be $19.92. Who's going to say no to that? That just sounds awesome. 20 bucks a month, and you can still add another $450,000 in coverage and never, ever, ever have to worry about page 2, which is the fucking medical questions, which is always what messes everything up. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Easy pitch, guys. Make sure you're using this. Don't miss out. It's adding little bits of premium. It's doing what's best for people. Just imagine, you sell this guy, and then a couple years from now, he gets, testicular cancer or something, and he can't get more insurance. You locked him in. He can add another $150,000 for his 2 kids, and never again has to answer medical questions. So make sure we're using this, guys. This is super money. This is super awesome. But always just keep in mind as well, just like selling you large amounts of term or whole life or whatever, that GIO, they're going to be very strict with the underwriting and the, doing the background check and stuff like that. So this is best for very healthy people. If they're on a lot of medications, if they're, we're talking arrests, all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't be adding the GIO. It's probably going to get taken off. You'll get a mod. But if they are healthy, it is the way to go. The biggest thing is just that idea, that concept that if anything happens, they can add another $150,000 without ever again answering medical questions.